Ladies and gentlemen, on the 10th of November at the Red Fort, a Hyundai i20 packed with RDX explosives went up in flames, and the death toll as of tonight is 15. But Mehbooba Mufti, on the day when the death toll reached 15, Mehbooba Mufti, the pro-Pakistan Mehbooba Mufti, a lady who should be in jail, not in politics. She should be in lockup, not in politics, because she is as dangerous as a terrorist. Ladies and gentlemen, Mehbooba Mufti, the supporter of white-collar jihad, the supporter of terrorism and terrorists on multiple occasions. Mehbooba Mufti doesn't care what you think. And she's not the only one. There are all these so-called politicians, ladies and gentlemen, who don't care. Mehbooba Mufti, if you're watching tonight, on behalf of most people in India, I want to ask you, what do you think about the terrorists who kidnapped your sister, Rubaiyah Saeed? Your father, Mufti Muhammad Saeed, was Home Minister of India. Your sister, Mehbooba Mufti, your sister was kidnapped by terrorists. Today, you are a supporter of the kind of people who arrested your sister. So, Mehbooba Mufti, before you open your mouth and talk about these issues, ask yourself, how low have you fallen that you are a supporter of people like Dr. Muzammil, Dr. Shaheen, Dr. Umar, Dr. Adil, that you are today a supporter of these people. And there are people like Mehbooba Mufti who support these people. And the problem in our country today is, instead of becoming a harder country, instead of becoming a tougher country, instead of becoming a country where we say no more, Jio aur jeene do with terrorist approach, live and let live with terrorist approach. We want to be a hard country. But instead, we have this evergreen terror sympathizing lobby openly talking like this. Listen to this. This is the terrorist supporter, Mehbooba Mufti's latest comment. Listen to this.
आपने वादा किया था कि आप जम्मू कश्मीर को सेफ बनाओगे, मगर आपने यहाँ की सेफ्टी तो दूर की बात है, आपने तो दिल्ली को भी अनसेफ कर दिया अपनी पॉलिसी से। आपको सोचना पड़ेगा, मुझे नहीं मालूम दिल्ली में ऐसे कितने लोग हैं, इस सरकार में ऐसे कितने लोग हैं जो संजीदगी से नेशनलिस्ट हैं, पढ़ा लिखा डॉक्टर अपने ऊपर आरडीएक्स बांध के अपनी जान उड़ाएगा, उसके साथ कई लोगों को उड़ाएगा, तो मुल्क में तो कोई सेफ्टी नहीं है।
There was a journalist of the Neera Radia variety in our country. She also used to say things like Kashmiri Pandits deserved what happened to them. She was Hafiz Saeed's favorite journalist in India. You know who she is. And ladies and gentlemen, she also said, educated some school teacher's son, the same nonsensical, woke approach, ladies and gentlemen, that justifies terrorism. Why does a person become a terrorist? Why? Do I care? Do I give a damn? I don't. Why does a person become a terrorist? The essential argument being made out there is a justification for terrorism exists. The fundamental point that some people are trying to make there is that there is a justification for terrorism. There is an argument whereby, under certain circumstances, an act of terrorism can be justified. This is exactly the kind of argument that Gautam Naulakha made at Aligarh Muslim University campus while justifying why Mannan Wani became a terrorist, and at that point of time, he was put in jail. If Gautam Naulakha was put in jail, the nation wants to know tonight why the central government, why the Modi government does not put Mehbooba Mufti in jail. Why the Modi government does not put Mehbooba Mufti in jail. Why the Modi government does not put the Gupkar gang in jail. On a regular basis, these people constantly make the kind of comments asking for introspection on why a doctor tried to kill people. The argument being made is that a terrorist is well educated. We must analyze the cause of terrorism separately. Well, Osama bin Laden, ladies and gentlemen, Osama bin Laden was well educated. So should we go up and start feeling guilty? Did America feel guilty when it killed Osama bin Laden? These are the Afzal Garu supporters. Afzal hal sham sharminda hai, tere katil jinda hai. This is that woke JNU gang. Bharat tere tukde honge, inshallah, inshallah. And then the argument made always is, these are it all happening within the ambit of Indian democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to understand tonight that our country is seriously under threat. We've discovered a chilling blueprint of terror. We are under attack. We, the citizens of India, are under attack. We must not assume it's only the government under attack. The country is under attack. Every citizen of India is under attack. Citizens die, governments react, political parties respond, citizens die. Never forget this, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is we think the politicians will do everything. If the politicians were to do everything, then why have the politicians in this country not arrested Mehbooba Mufti? I want to ask the central government tonight that if it was not Mehbooba Mufti, but a common man who would be making a justification for terrorism like this, would there not be a case against them? Would they not be arrested? But the problem is Mehbooba Mufti is a politician. Is she trying to blackmail the central government, the duly elected government of 1.5 billion people? I think it is time, if she's trying to do that, then we should call her bluff. Like we call the Pakistani bluff about nuclear attacks against India, we call Mehbooba Mufti's political bluff. And let us see, ladies and gentlemen, what she does. It's time to call a spade a spade. Political leaders and public figures are framing killers and terrorists as victims, questioning the action of the state, providing moral cover to these terrorists. We see through the lobby, but we are not the government of India. The government of India should act directly against these people because this is their standard approach. 1 week after people die, they come out like termites and worms and snakes from the holes where they hide. Mehbooba Mufti, on the loose, is a dangerous person. Not acting against her is a big chance, a danger we, the people of India, cannot afford.